Hey guys, it's Takasta here again. Welcome to another video review. So today I'll be reviewing the Logitech G302 gaming mouse. So this is part of the new G series G502, 402, 302, and this is their new optical mouse for supposedly mobile gaming. And I really like this about Logitech because they release mice and they try to do something different about it. They don't re-release shapes and put a new sensor or change shit like the, did I just swear? Sorry. They change stuff like the DPI, like the Death Out of Chroma. So I like that they try to take new ideas like this one from a lot of mobile gamers and try to implement a mouse that I think is actually really nice. Although it's a little bit more on the specs side, odd shape, but I actually quite like it. I might use this for my Dota gaming. So in terms of just the background specs and the price, it is priced at $49.99. I bought it in Hong Kong for $389 Hong Kong. So it's somewhat more expensive than the other ambidextrous mice in the market. We're talking about the Abyssus 2014, Kinzu V3, both newer releases from the other bigger gaming companies. In terms of the specs, we're talking about a 6-button mouse, 240 DPI to 4000 DPI, 1000 polling hertz. You have a DPI switcher right here. You have this lighting. You have a lighting here, which it's quite interesting. On the sides, it glows. It breathes, but this light over here, it does not breathe, but I think you can change it somewhat not. You have a PTFE feed, and it does not come with the same G402 Daedalus, like the fusion engine or whatever. It uses the AM010 optical sensor, which is the same as the G402 and the G100S, and also the G602, I believe. So in terms of the weight and the general dimensions, it is fairly small. We're talking about 87 gram mouse, and the dimensions are 115 millimeters by 65 millimeters by 37 millimeters. So in terms of shape, it is fairly small, not a heavy mouse, slightly heavier than the Abyssus, the Kinzu V3. In terms of the bulkiness, it does feel like the Abyssus 2014 edition if you have used that before. In terms of the other the aspects of the build quality, somewhat of a good build quality mouse, well-built mouse. Rubber cable, we have reinforced cable right here, which I really like from all their mice. The scroll wheel, exactly the same as the G402, if you see right here. I'll probably be doing a video of just testing the scroll wheel and testing the clicks, for example. Omron clicks, it uses a matte surface, which very similar, or if not the same as the G402, and uses ABS material on the side for your anti-slip. So in general, it's not extremely well high quality built mouse, but however, with the material that you're getting and maybe the innovative shape, I think it's a pretty decent mouse. So maybe moving on to the shape, and in terms of the general performance, I'll just talk about it. It uses the same sensor as the G402, G100S. Not a new sensor, but great performing sensor nonetheless. So I'm not going to get too much into that unless there's really like new releases of new sensors. I think it's not really that worth talking about, but good performing sensors nonetheless. And more importantly, I think I want to talk about the shape, which is really interesting. So they employed a ambidextrous feel, which is similar to Abyssus and the Kinzu. However, the shape is very different. They really made this mouse for MOBA gamers, like all their Logitech sponsored games. So I really like that they are taking this in a new direction. The height profile, I would say that when using this mouse, if you can see the shape right here, it comes out on the bottom, it's very sharp. It protrudes outwards and then goes in. So when I first used this mouse, it wasn't extremely comfortable because it had this great protrusion, and then when I held it, it's not like the Kinzu V3 and it's really round. It's in my palm, and I really liked it. I was like, oh, this kind of feels kind of odd. I didn't know how it was gonna go. So I did some Dota 2 gaming, and I absolutely loved it. Actually, I'll say that this mouse has helped with my last hitting ability, because like when I'm using this mouse, like I actually put my thumb and my fourth finger on actually this side which protrudes, and how I use the mouse is like my wrist is fairly stable, and because this mouse is somewhat more long, it's a little bit like the Diamondback actually. So I move the mouse like this very little, and I just move my wrist almost. Like it's very quick wrist motions, and the way it's protruding, like I basically just almost grip this protruded area, and it helps me control it like extremely well. So in general, the mouse is fairly flat. It's not like a big like hill kind of like this, and it just goes down. It just goes up a little bit and comes down a little bit. So I move like this, and it's absolutely really awesome, even though the shape is not extremely comfortable, but actually feel like it did help with my last hitting ability. So in terms of firmware, it's pretty standard, nothing to note. But in that on that note, just concluding this mouse compared to the Abyssus 2014 and the Kinzu V3. Like, shape-wise, in the terms of price, $50, and shape, it's not extremely comfortable. Very cool-looking mouse. However, in practice, when I was playing with it, it is very, very nice and did help with my lasso-hitting ability and did help with actually my general control. Just way because the two sides protruding and how I hold the mouse. If you have a smaller hand, maybe you might find this a little bit more comfortable, but for my hand at least, I pretty much like fingertip grip it. I put my fingers on the sides and I just move it very, very nicely just with my wrist. So in conclusion, I really, really like it. Not for everyone, but I definitely would recommend for people to try it. And sorry I haven't been doing any reviews lately, but I'll be trying to get more reviews out now that I'm a little bit more free from work for this era. So hope you guys liked that review, and make sure you like it, subscribe, and if you want to get mouse feet, you can always visit my store at itech.com or stores.ebay.com/itech. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and thanks for watching, guys.